Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And does Verizon need this? And they most certainly do. From a return on investment standpoint, they need to monetize every single thing that they can get their hands on. Now, moving forward, all the carriers, this goes for all carriers, not just Verizon. They're going to try to get their feet wet, and they're going to try to follow all trends as quickly as possible. Whatever they need to pivot to, if it's digital and it needs low latency, high capacity, the carriers are going to be all over it. So this is from Verizon's News Center. Why the 12 billion NFT market needs 5G. So this is the use case that Verizon is chasing next. Verizon says NFT needs low latency, high capacity network for more immersive experiences using NFT. So like I said, every carrier is going to chase this. Why? Because there's a insane amount of capacity on air, and that capacity is growing each and every day. And now the carriers need to go monetize that capacity. So Verizon spent $50+ billion total, and they're still actually spending even more now since they're going to markets and gaining early clearance. That costs money, and they need to show a return on investment, not just for investors, not just for the board, but for the company itself. They spent money now. You know how the saying goes, it takes money to make money. So now Verizon has to chase any trend, any new application. They have to chase it at full force and really showcase the network that they have. They have, arguably the best network. I know that's debatable, anecdotally, based on your market, based on your area, based on, you can be in one market and literally be on one side of town and have a completely different experience versus, another person on a different side of town. That's how area dependent this really is. So all Verizon here is really worried about is, can they get this monetization? I believe they can. And I think that's just going to grow as we get through 5G. More and more of these use cases are going to come into play. Some use cases are going to come from the companies. Some use cases, Verizon is going to push themselves. Like, for example, this NFT. Verizon is telling the NFT market that it needs 5G. It's not NFT telling Verizon. It's Verizon telling them, like, hey, we can help you accelerate and expand with our network. So that's why I say return on investment is going to come from these monetizations, and they're not going to wait around. The capacity is there now. The fiber is being added, 10 gig backhaul. The spectrum is being put on air at an incredible pace. They're not going to wait around. They're going to attack now. They're going to make this happen right now. Same thing happened with Verizon during LTE. As soon as they started adding that densification into the network, they didn't gain much more spectrum during LTE, but they added plenty densification. That included tower sites and that included small cells. So when they started seeing, okay, we can average 30, 40 megabits a second in a market overall, the first thing they did, they started chasing the MVNO market. They started loading up, hey, Spectrum, hey, Xfinity, come on board, let's go. We'll strike deals. And that's how they started making revenue and profits. So they are very quick to monetize the network, and so should every other carrier, especially AT&T. AT&T needs to be the most aggressive on monetization versus any other carrier because they're not doing fixed wireless access at scale. Fixed wireless access for Verizon and T-Mobile is going to be the first big application, as they call it, that's going to make them additional revenue off of that newfound capacity. AT&T is not going to be there at scale. They're deploying their fiber, and they said that recently, where they can go in the urban market and they can deploy fiber, they're going to deploy fiber. They're not going to deploy fixed wireless access. So AT&T has to be far more aggressive on monetizing here and going forward because they're going to have more They're going to have faster speeds. They're going to have more capacity than anyone. And I truly believe that as we move forward through 5G, as AT&T really gets going at scale, I think they're going to be the fastest network around, because Verizon and T-Mobile are going to be busy monetizing off of their fixed wireless access. And that's something that Verizon is not, AT&T is not doing at scale. So there's going to be the core of New York City, for example. AT&T is going to sit there with robust capacity, insane capacity, likely the fastest network on average when it's all said and done. But the others are going to be monetizing that, and AT&T is going to be looking, oh man, we probably should have went after fixed wireless access. But they're going to probably be the most aggressive when it comes to the deal striking and everything on the monetization of that capacity. But again, Verizon heading in the right direction. Verizon using cloud-based services, O-RAN. Now they're going after NFT. So like I said, Verizon's going to start monetizing that extra capacity very, 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 very quickly. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Let me know what you think about this. Like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See you in the next one. Peace.